Welcome to our Letter of the Week series, and today we're going to be doing the letter C.
Play, play, play along. Come on and play along. Play, play, play along. Come on and play along.
Okay, so today's letter is the letter C. And to make a C, and if you look at it from the side, it looks like the letter C. And normally you would, when you sign your letter, remember it's going to be right by your shoulder. But C is a little bit of a tricky letter because it has different sounds. It can sound like K or S. And sometimes, like if you move in that letter H, because H is a very powerful letter, it can change that C to a Ch sound. So here's the letter C. So when we do a hard C, we're going to so that you can differentiate between the soft C and the hard C sound, we're going to do that hard C on a long arm. So when I have my hand out like this, I'm going to be doing a hard C sound word, right? So I'm going to be doing lots of words that start with the letter C. Some are going to be hard C, some are going to be soft C. Okay? So our first word that we're going to be doing is cup. Now, k, do you hear that k sound? K, that's a hard C sound. Now the sign for cup, because again, when they developed ASL, they wanted a lot of these words to look like what they were. So for a cup, you're going to make one hand flat and the other hand, it's like you're going to be holding a cup. This is the sign for cup. So let's use in a sentence, I like to have a cup of tea every evening. Another hard C word is the word car. And that's another one of those signs, those iconic signs. It looks like I'm driving a car. All right? So the car in this picture is blue. Now some of our foods start with that hard C sound. And here we have carrot. The sign for carrot, so picture that you're biting on and breaking off this carrot in the side of your mouth. Carrot. Bugs Bunny likes to have a nice carrot every day. The sign for the word color is right here at your chin. Kind of wiggle your fingers. This is the sign for color. Color. Red, blue, yellow, green, pink, purple, fuchsia, chartreuse are all beautiful colors. Now the sign for crayon, make a flat hand here and take your little finger of your other hand, and it's like, this is the sign for crayon. It's also the sign for coloring. Coloring. I'm going to be coloring, or like I'm going to color a picture using my crayons of all the colors. Okay, so I'm going to use all the colors of the crayons to color a picture. So you can use them, so it's a multiple sign for that, okay? Cracker is another word that starts with that hard C. The sign for cracker is you're going to bend one arm and you're going to tap the elbow of that arm. This is the sign for cracker. Cracker. Like to have a little snack of crackers in the afternoon. And one of my favorite animals that starts with the letter C, that hard C sound, is the cat. I have a beautiful cat and her name is Venus. Cat. Cat. And what do we have up in the sky? We have big, beautiful, puffy clouds. So the sign for cloud, picture you're grabbing clouds. Okay, can you picture that? So those big clouds up in the sky, I think I could just touch them. And some words I couldn't figure out how to make a picture for. So this next one is cleanup. After we color all of our pictures with our crayons, we need to clean up. You have to clean up. So it's like you're brushing your hand off. So this is cleanup. Cleanup. Now the sign for cold, and when you sign cold, you have to look like you're cold. So you're going to shake your hands and kind of shiver, hunch your shoulders in a little bit. So when you're cold, what are we going to put on? We're going to put on a coat. Okay, this is a sign for coat. So if you get too cold, we need to wear a coat. This sign is cry. Cry. It's like tears coming down your face. And when you sign cry, you have to, remember your face has to match your sign. So cry, you have to look a little bit sad because that baby is crying. He's so sad. So now the next sign we're going to be learning has a soft C sound. So we're going to sign that C right here. This is a sign for our soft C, and this word is cereal. There's a couple different ways you can sign this one, but I like this one the best. Pretend like you're like wiping the milk off your chin from cereal. So when I have my cereal in the morning, sometimes I get milk dribbled down on my chin. The sign for celery, remember, hear that soft C, celery? This is the letter G, okay? You've got your pointer finger and your thumb resting on your hand, on your rest of your fingers. You're going to shake it a little bit and bite. Celery. Celery. I love having peanut butter and celery. Now, this next word is cheese. Now, do you hear that ch sound? Ch. It's when that H moves in next door, because H is a very powerful letter and it can change its neighbor's sound. And so when H is next to the C, it comes out ch, ch. So this is the sign for cheese. Because when they make cheese, they have to smash the milk and the fat and the cream and they mix it all together. And that's when we get cheese. And I love cheese. Mozzarella, provolone, Swiss, you name it. I love cheese. Okay. And the word child has another one of those CH sounds. Remember, child? Now, for child, you're going to take your hand and just like you're patting the top of the child's head. So this is a sign for child. If you have children, multiple children, you're going to take both hands and like go out to this side. So the class has 10 children in it. It's like you're patting their heads. Child is one hand, children is two hands. Okay, so you just learned a whole lot of words that start with the letter C. So you might want to practice because now I'm going to be telling you a story that's kind of a goofy little story using the letter, all these C words. And I'm going to leave out the word, so see if you can figure out what the signs are. Okay, so here's our story. Once upon a time, Corinne, a beautiful, loved to make pictures. She would take her and use one picture of an orange and another picture of a blue and one of green trees and blue sky with big puffy white. She made the pretty pictures to decorate her house because her mom and dad were going to be having a party. Corinne helped her mom put out trays of food. There was one tray with and another tray with and. She set out pretty to serve with the punch. When the guests came, Corinne helped them hang up their. Now this party was going to be running very late, so Corinne was not going to be able to stay up for the party, but she was a big girl, so she didn't. The next morning, she woke up and had some with milk, and after that she helped her mom from after the party, and they lived happily ever after. Okay, so now this time I'm going to tell basically the same story and leave out the same words. So see if you can follow along. You don't get the advantage of having a picture. Okay, you're gonna be able to just recognize this sign. Okay, so here goes. Okay. Once upon a time, Corrine, a beautiful, loved to make pictures. She would take her with all the pretty, a picture of an orange, a blue, and one of green trees, blue sky, and big white. She made the pictures to decorate her house for the party her mom and dad were going to be having. Corrine helped her mom put out trays of food. There was one with and Corrine put out pretty to serve with the punch. When the guests came, Corrine helped them hang up their. But because this party was going to be running late, Corrine was not going to be able to stay up for it. But she was a big girl and she didn't. The next morning when she woke up, she had breakfast and milk. And after that, she helped her mom from after the party. And they all lived happily ever after. So how did you do? Okay, did you recognize all the signs and all of those C words? Well, review it and practice and practice it. Do it again and again. It was from our A's lesson, okay? And be sure you subscribe because you're going to get all the letters. The next one is the letter D. So we'll see you next week and share us with all your friends.
Play, play, play along.